Most Doberman owners notice it within the first few weeks. Their dog seems aware of everything. At first, it can be difficult to explain. The feeling is more noticeable than measurable. Many owners simply describe their Doberman as being switched on. The dog often appears connected to what is happening throughout the day. This is one of the most commonly discussed traits among Doberman owners. It is also one of the reasons people become so attached to the breed. Unlike some dogs that seem content to drift through the day, Dobermans often give a very different impression. They frequently appear interested in the world around them. Owners notice this in countless small ways. The awareness becomes part of everyday life. Over time, many people stop asking whether their Doberman is paying attention. They simply assume that it is. That assumption says a lot about the breed. The Doberman has a reputation for being remarkably aware of its surroundings. One of the first things owners notice is how quickly the dog seems to become familiar with household life. Daily routines rarely remain mysterious for very long. Many Dobermans appear interested in how the day normally unfolds. Familiar patterns often become important surprisingly quickly. Owners frequently talk about this experience. The dog seems to understand the rhythm of the household. Morning routines often feel especially familiar to Doberman owners. The breed appears highly aware of how the day begins. Over time, these patterns become predictable. The Doberman often seems completely comfortable with them. This awareness creates a sense of connection. Owners feel like their dog is paying attention to the same things they are. That feeling becomes one of the defining parts of ownership. It helps explain why so many people describe the breed in similar ways. Another recognition point involves changes. Dobermans often seem unusually aware when something is different. Owners frequently notice this before they can explain it. The dog simply appears to recognize that something has changed. The change does not have to be dramatic. Even ordinary differences can seem noticeable to the breed. This contributes to the perception that Dobermans are always paying attention. The dog appears connected to what is happening around it. Many owners describe feeling observed in a positive way. The Doberman often seems genuinely interested in everyday life. That interest can make the relationship feel different. The dog appears invested rather than distant. People often find this reassuring. There is comfort in having a companion that seems consistently engaged. This is one reason first-time owners become surprised by the breed. The level of attentiveness can exceed expectations. Another thing owners notice is how often the Doberman appears mentally present. The dog rarely seems disconnected from the environment. That consistency matters. The awareness appears day after day rather than only occasionally. Over time, it becomes part of the breed's identity. Owners begin expecting it because they see it so often. Visitors sometimes notice it as well. Even people unfamiliar with Dobermans frequently comment on how attentive they seem. These observations reinforce what owners already believe. The trait is not always subtle. Many Dobermans create the impression that they want to know what is happening. Everyday life appears interesting to them. This often leads to memorable experiences. Owners find themselves telling similar stories again and again. Those stories tend to share a common theme. The dog seemed aware of something before anyone expected it. The exact details vary between households. The recognition remains remarkably consistent. Another reason the trait stands out is because it influences companionship. Owners often feel like they have a true partner nearby. The Doberman frequently appears connected to family life. This involvement helps strengthen the bond over time. Many owners describe their dog as a constant presence. The attentiveness contributes heavily to that feeling. The breed's reputation for loyalty also plays a role. Awareness and loyalty often seem connected in the minds of owners. When a dog consistently pays attention, people naturally feel closer to it. The relationship becomes more meaningful. This is one reason Dobermans leave such strong impressions. The connection feels personal. As the years pass, many owners begin comparing the experience with previous dogs. The differences often become more noticeable. People frequently describe their Doberman as unusually engaged. That description appears repeatedly in owner conversations. The breed community reflects this recognition. Similar stories appear wherever Doberman owners gather. Some talk about awareness, others talk about attentiveness. Some describe connection, others describe involvement. The wording changes. The underlying experience often remains the same. This consistency is fascinating. Owners from different countries and backgrounds frequently arrive at similar conclusions. That shared recognition helps explain the breed's popularity. People value the feeling of being understood. Whether the Doberman truly understands more than other dogs is impossible to measure. What matters is the experience owners consistently describe. Many feel like their dog notices things they would otherwise miss. That perception becomes part of daily life. Years later, owners still talk about it. The trait remains one of the most memorable aspects of living with the breed. The awareness never feels completely ordinary. Even after years together, it can still be impressive. This is especially true when owners look back on their experiences. The attentiveness often stands out in memory. Many people first choose a Doberman because of appearance or reputation. What keeps them devoted is often something much deeper. They remember the connection. They remember the feeling that their dog was always present. They remember the attentiveness that seemed to define everyday life. Small moments gradually became lasting memories. Over time, those memories help shape how people view the breed. The Doberman becomes associated with awareness, involvement, and companionship. That reputation did not appear by accident. It was built through countless owner experiences over many years. And perhaps that is the real reason Dobermans are always paying attention. The trait becomes so visible, so consistent, and so memorable that owners simply cannot imagine life without it.